America has lived through many a cold and dark night, when the cupped hands of prayer were our only shield against the extinction of courage. Though that flame has flickered from time to time, it burns brightest when we are willing.
Ronald Reagan penned those words in his 1986 presidential proclamation, and they are just as true today as they were back then.
Since the original 13 colonies, the leadership of this great nation have always considered prayer to be a great privilege.
We can make the true meaning of prayer much more important in the lives of all of our children. That power is very much open to us.
We believe that the Almighty hears our prayers and answers those who seek Him.
On February 3rd, 1952, the young fiery preacher stood atop the steps of America's Capitol and challenged our leaders to pray.
I ask the United States Senate and Congress to request the President, once again in our hour of crisis, when we stand on the abyss of national destruction and catastrophe, to call our people to prayer.
Shortly after, President Truman signed the National Day of Prayer into law.
We join in offering our thanks to the Providence which has guided and sustained us.
I, Harry S. Truman, President of the United States of America, do hereby appoint a day of prayer.
But this would not have been possible without the tireless efforts of a group of dedicated believers who championed the cause with Congress to amend the law.
Since 1988, when founding chairwoman Vonette Bright stood beside President Ronald Reagan as he signed the amendment into law,
we have seen faithful leaders from all walks of life humbly lead the charge to mobilize America in biblically unified prayer.
to encourage and equip believers all across America to fill heaven with rich prayers for our nation and each other. We are the now generation,
and we're calling all Americans to stand together,
united.
as we set aside time to pray in humility, with fasting and thanksgiving, for the beauty and wonder of this great land, and lift our hearts and voices to the Lord.
This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning, everyone. I'm Campus Chaplain Susan Peterson, and it's my privilege to welcome you to Chaplain's Corner on this day, the day before our National Day of Prayer, which takes place tomorrow, Thursday, May 5th. I thought the video that you just saw gave a good overview about the National Day of Prayer and its meaning. And honestly, what power can be felt with knowing that people all over the country are setting aside some time on this National Day of Prayer to pray for our nation and for our world. That's kind of what I just wanted to mention to you. Tomorrow, Thursday, May 5th, the chapel will be dedicated to prayer from 1 in the afternoon until 3 in the afternoon. If you would like to join us for prayer, there will be a National Day of Prayer guide available for you that will give you some ideas. If you're not exactly sure what to pray for, this little guide will give you some ideas and some guidance on that. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that in conjunction with the National Day of Prayer, the Spiritual Life Ministry here at the Moorings has updated the prayer ministry. And in the next day or so, you will be getting a new brochure that talks about the prayer ministry here on campus. I've mentioned it before. There is an active prayer chain involved here on campus as part of our ministry efforts here. Spiritual Life and members of the network of people that are interested in prayer have put together a new brochure. The exciting thing is that with this, we have added a prayer line. I've mentioned it, I believe, but this is what's going to then make, it will be active as of the National Day of Prayer on Thursday. So if you have a prayer concern, a prayer request, or perhaps even a joy to share, You are invited to use this as one of the ways that you can get in touch with Wally and me. Pick up the phone, dial 31000, and you will be greeted and invited to leave your message there. And every day we will pick up those prayer requests or joys to pass along, and we will distribute them to the prayer chain if you say it's okay for us to do so. There's also a prayer box just inside the chapel, what we might call the old-fashioned way of submitting a prayer request. The prayer box is just on the table just inside the chapel. There are cards there. You can put your prayer request in the box, and those will be picked up on a weekly basis. So if you'd like to leave a prayer card, that's awesome. But the prayer line 31000 will be more, let's see, what shall I say, more immediate. We'll be checking those messages daily. If you're calling from outside the moorings, let's say a family member wants to submit a prayer request, and that's perfectly fine. They would dial 1-847-956-4085, and then there'll be a prompt, and that's where they would put in 31000. So if you're on campus, 31000 is the number to dial to leave a prayer. All of this information is in an updated prayer ministry brochure, which you will receive in the next day or so. I hope that you will take advantage of this new way of submitting prayer requests, for we are assured that God listens to our prayers. Have a wonderful day.